Hi there, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a virtual drawing in Google Slides. So here's my example. My example is just a person created out of simple shapes. All right, and together those simple shapes combined make a composite figure. And a composite figure is a figure that has all of the shapes together. All different kinds of shapes together. Could have two shapes, could have three shapes. Just a few simple shapes together will make up a composite figure. So, first thing you need to do is you need to open up a Google Slides presentation. And from there, you see a slide that kind of looks like this, where you've got text boxes. So we want to get rid of these text boxes by clicking on the outline of the text box. So once you click on the outline, it turns blue, and then you can click on the backspace button on your keyboard. So if you press the backspace button on a keyboard, that'll get rid of the box. Same thing for the next one. We're going to click on the outline of the box and then hit the backspace button on the keyboard. All right, and once we do that, now we have an empty slide, a blank slide, perfect canvas for our drawing. So we are going to, the whole purpose of this creating your virtual drawing here is so that you can end up finding the area of it. So we don't want to use very difficult shapes. We want to use simple shapes so that we can calculate the area. So let's start first with a circle. So the buttons I need you to focus on the most are this. This is a shape. This is for a line, and this is the format button. This will get you the size of your shapes. All right, so I'm going to click on the shapes button first. We're going to click shapes, and I'm going to start with a circle. So let's start with the circle. And right off the bat, I see that my circle is not really a circle. It is more of an oval. So I'm going to fix this so that it is a circle by clicking on the shape and then clicking on Format and Format Options. All right, and that'll get me a menu that looks like this. All right, so this Format Options menu, and then you want to click on the Size and Rotation button on the menu. That Size and Rotation button will come up, and it'll show you the width and height. Now, obviously, in order for this to be a circle, the width across and the height need to be the same, or the width across and the height of a circle is considered the diameter, right? So I'm going to pick easy numbers for this. I'm going to make it 1.2 and 1.2, just so that I think that's a friendly number to input into the calculator. Now you can make the circle be 1 inch wide, 1 inch high. It doesn't matter. I would make easy numbers. I would use easy numbers. All right, and then once you're done with that, you can X out of this. We're done with that menu for now. All right, so I like my circle. It looks good, so I'm going to insert another shape. So I'm going to click on the Shapes button, Shapes. Now I'm going to insert a triangle. All right, I think that looks good. I'm going to move my person over here a little bit. And all I'm doing is I'm clicking and I'm dragging the shapes around. That's how I am doing this. All right, so I want to check out the width and my height of the triangle, right? You don't want to draw your drawing completely without paying attention to the measurements, because in the end you're going to be using these measurements a lot. So we want to make sure that they are friendly numbers. So format options, that'll open up this menu again, right? This menu is here. There's a lot that you can do with it, but we're going to focus on the tab that is size and rotation. All right, so we want to change this width. Instead of 1.64, let's make it 1.6. And I'm going to change the height. Instead of 1.47, I'm going to make it 1.5. All right. Next, we are going to insert, I don't know, let's do rectangles next. So I'm done with this triangle. I can X out of this Format Options menu. All right, so I'm going to click on shapes, and let's do the rectangles. So, all right, there's one rectangle. And we're going to go to Format Options. And that will open up again the menu on the side. So for size and rotation, let's make the width be 0.3. Let's make the height be, we'll keep it 0.9. And let's move this up. And I'm done with this menu. So I can X out of it. All right, so I have one rectangle here. I want another one that's identical to it right next to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. You can either right click if you have a mouse, or you can double click on your mouse pad with 2 fingers, right? On the Chromebook. So I'm going to right click on it so that I can copy it. Or I should also have said that you could use the Control C button once you click on it. So however, which way you want to copy it. So you can copy, and I'm going to right click, or for you, you would double click and hit paste. So once that comes up, now you have 2 rectangles. I should say what I mean when I say double click is that you take 2 fingers and then like click on the mouse once. If you use 2 fingers, click on the trackpad, that'll bring up your menu here, your right click menu. All right. So now that I have my person here, I'm going to use this line button because I'm going to insert some lines. So just simple lines. Here's one. That's for one arm. Now, I want the same exact arm here on this side, but I want it flipped. So I'm going to open up that format menu again. So format options. And right now I have the size and rotation open, which you can, again, there's so many different things that you can do here. You can change the position of it, but we're going to focus on the easiest stuff. So we're going to focus mostly on the size and rotation. So again, I want this on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know what, actually, first I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to copy this line so that I have a second one come up, copy and then paste. So right click to hit copy, or you can use the 2-touch on your mouse pad or on your trackpad and then get the copy button from there. So once you copy and paste one of your arms, which I have here, this is one arm, this is the second arm, I'm going to go over here in the size and rotation, and I'm going to flip it. All right, so, and there. Now, if you want a more precise way, if it's difficult for you to move the mouse around, you can actually just click on the shape or whatever you're using and then use the button on your keyboard. The up, down, right, and left arrows are on your keyboard. And that'll actually move, that'll help you move the shapes more precisely in your drawing. All right, and then from there, now I have a drawing. This kind of drawing is perfectly okay for your project. If you want to make it a more elaborate drawing, then go ahead. But it does have everything that I need. It has a circle, it has a triangle, it has a rectangle, and then it has an extra shape. So in this case, I have 2 rectangles. All right. Now I'm going to make it so that I'm going to add a little bit more to this so that it's not too bland. So let's add some eyes. So I clicked on the line. There are different lines that you can have here. This scribble line will allow me to draw whatever I want freehand. So I don't want that drawing, but I do want to scribble. So I'm going to scribble one eye. And then I'm going to copy that and then paste it. So I just hit Control C on my keyboard and then Control V. And now I have 2 eyes on my person. I'm going to scribble a nose, so I'm going to click on the scribble button again. And let's scribble the nose. And I'm going to hit the scribble button again, and we are going to scribble a mouth. Right, so if you wanted to make a thicker line when you scribble, so like if you don't like that line, you can actually change it um, by clicking on this. You can change the way that the line looks. All right, there are different things that you can do. You can change the color of the line, which I'm actually going to get to now. So now that I have my drawing, well, actually I think my person needs a little bit of hair. So let's add some hair to my person. All right, there we go. Perfect. I should have been an art teacher, right guys? All right, so I'm going to click on my circle because I want to change the color of my person. So I'm going to click on the circle and I'm going to click on this button here where it says fill color. And you could pick any of these or you can pick a custom color. All right, and the custom color, you can slide this anywhere and it'll have a custom color. I'm going to make this person be a funny person. So I'm going to make this person be green. I'm going to make them be an alien. So I'm going to play around my colors. Alright, so I just made my person be green. Now for the triangle or the dress on my person, I'm going to make that be, let's say purple. There we go. And now from here, once you have a composite drawing, composite figure, I should say, you can draw something else on the background if you'd like, whatever you want. I'm going to scribble a ground for this person to be on. I'm going to make that ground be brown. All right, and there. So, I mean, that is my drawing. It is perfectly acceptable. Okay, my composite figure is this person here. So that is basically how to do it. So, um, this is what you will be working with to start for your project. Obviously, you're going to make it probably a much nicer drawing, but it doesn't really have to be much nicer. It could just be this. All right, so I hope you learned how to create a virtual drawing in Google Slides. Thank you for watching.